All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the very first live on the Violet Daisy Games YouTube channel. Hopefully, yeah, take 1,000. Hopefully, this is now working.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
You're an expert at this. I just feel like I come in and cause panic. So here we are.
Okay, yes, it looks like we are working. Yay, everybody!
I'm so glad.
Yes, and I see you chit-chatting in the chat. I will
I'm
also
just chatting
pop
to
in
myself.
here.
Like I mean, I do that normally, so no difference.
If you don't know, I'm Amanda Panda. I am the marketing person behind Violet Days Games, and then we have AnnaMaria, the girl boss, the woman boss, the boss lady, the tippy top of Violet Days Games.
It's a very, very flat pyramid, though, y'all. I'm at the top, but there's not like it's just like boop, and here's the top, and here I am. It's good times, though. Good times. Working with Amanda's like one of the best things I get to do. So
thank you so much.
I can't be mad about that. Like, and for my job, I get to color with Amanda for an hour.
I mean, yeah,
exactly. That.
Exactly. So if you don't know, we have PopCats Fighter, a game by Estefania with art by her partner Arnell. It is coming out soon. The Kickstarter link is in the YouTubes. In the chat, I'll put it in the description below afterwards as well. So please go check that out. And be notified when it goes live, and then they'll email you so that you can go see. Now, and AnnaMaria, can you tell us a little bit about PopCats Fighter? I am wearing the Ruth Bader Ginsburg kitty. Now, this is not in the game, right? She's not in the game, but
no. Arnell's just like draws PopCats because they're amazing. So there's a lot of different ones on the Ninja Bots T Public account if you want to check them out. But there's like Miles Morales, there's Frida Kahlo, there's obviously RBG. Like, so there's a ton of like kind of pop culture PopCats, if you will, which are really fun. But the game itself features a number of cats who live on an island, and every year they participate in the hair weight championship. So the game is a 1v1 fighting game modeled after retro video games that you might have played if you ever went to an arcade as a kid, or even did like couch co-op, sort of like Street Fighter or Smash, 1v1 Smash or something like that. So we've just ported that to the tabletop because of our love of games.
Yes. And I mean, this game has been a labor of love for many, many years for Estefania. So I'm very glad it's finally getting out to you all. It is a 1 to 2 player game, I do believe.
Yes, we're working on a solo mode currently, but right now it's 2-player. I know duel is very popular with folks right now, like being able to play duo stuff. So it feels like the right time for that. But we are working on solo mode just because sometimes maybe your partner doesn't want to play with you, or you don't have anybody, or maybe you don't want to play with anybody.
Yes, that does happen.
We're just going to have the option for you to do what you want. So I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to tie my hair up too, y'all. It's a little warmer in here than I thought. We actually hit 50 degrees here in the Pacific Northwest, so...
Wow. It's cool. Yeah. It's getting warm here. We had a cold snap. Like, we had rain, and then it got cold for a week. But now it's slowly warming back up in SoCal. But, yeah, this will also have a RPG aspect to this game, right?
Yeah, there absolutely will. The vibe is kind of... if you remember Saturday morning cartoons that kind of featured other IPs like the A-Team or Star Trek, or even how Scooby-Doo used to do a lot of like I remember like Kiss used to show up on Scooby-Doo like a lot for a children's television show. But the RPG vibe is going to be very similar, where you've got the cats, you know them from the game as going and doing the fighting at the championship, but they also, in their spare time, there might be a mystery to be solved, or maybe they just want to go on an adventure, pick berries and make a pie. Like, your choice, it's your world. But we're going to take these really awesome characters and give them, a little bit more depth so you can play them.
That'd be awesome. That's so awesome. Welcome in James Brazil, a wonderful supporter of a lot of people.
James is amazing.
I
Yeah,
know.
James, I feel like is #1 fan of so many people in the industry, and it's just so important, especially right now, to just have people who kind of just love games and love industry and, are so supportive. So we absolutely, big, 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 big hearts to James. So James
Agreed.
also keeps me sane by keeping a regular VGA game up. So when I'm having a tough time, I can be like, what am I doing in crafting the cosmos? So
Yeah. Yes, and if feel free to lurk or chat or color along or, do whatever you need to do. But I'm glad someone has found us so that we know this is live. Oh my gosh, yes.
yeah. I know
It's
right
funny.
now, industry wide, it's kind of tough time for everybody. So look, if
Yes.
you just want to just hang out and listen to us talk while we color, if you want to color, the link I think is right above the chat. If you need a vent, go for it. Like we are all in this together. Violet Daisy's gonna pivot and find ways to try and stick around as best we can. But the important part to me is that we just continue to support each other because we're all creatives and we're all trying to bring amazing experiences and just stuff to people, and just share our art with folks. And that's what I want to continue doing. And I want to see all my friends continue doing it. So we're by hook or by crook, we will find a way. So
It is a very hard time for anyone making any physical products and trying to
yeah,
sell that right now. And to be honest, like board games is a luxury item for a lot of people, so
yeah,
that's also hard. James says, I'm working, so I'll have to color later, but love being with friends. Agreed. Agreed.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Color whenever we'll try and link the coloring page everywhere. And I have plans to do more than we've got Claudette on tap for today, but eventually I hope to do at least 3 or 4 more of the PopCats,
Ah,
and maybe all of them eventually. So we'll see. It depends on what we have time for.
exactly. Exactly. That's awesome. Anything else you want to talk about, AnnaMaria, before we start coloring away?
Not really. I guess I figured we could just start coloring, and then whatever comes up comes up. So I'm gonna angle my camera down so y'all can
Yeah.
see my coloring sheet, which is gonna look different than Panda's actually, because I put in a really cute diagonal background for the ones that we printed out, but mine's still the
Lame.
first one I did. So
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
actually go flip and look at my other camera to see that. Okay, right now you're staring at my.
There you
There
go.
we go. That's better.
That's better.
Sorry, y'all.
Let me see. I think I can do something. But okay.
Oh, nice. Oh, your nails look so good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had to. Oh, no, I can fix it so you can color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
I
can
think it's more
color
fun if
right.
I'm just upside down anyway. It's fine.
There you go. Did that work?
Yay.
Wait, that did not work. Hold on, let me see. This is the one I need to do. There we go. That works. Yay.
Okay. Hey, once again, first YouTube stream, like, it's kind of different. Like, I feel different too. Twitch kind of, I don't want to say I feel nervous on Twitch, but I like, what's the word for it? Like, I feel like more energetic, I guess. Like
Okay.
Twitch makes me like, start to get the wiggles. For YouTube, it's just like YouTube's a great place to just vibe. So
Yeah.
this is cool.
So this is the full sheet. There is color in our PopCats Fighter logo when you print it out, and there's the QR code to the Kickstarter. But I am actually going to. I'm going to shrink mine. So, instead, I'm going to be doing this. Here, I can show y'all. So I shrunk it because coloring so much was a little overwhelming. So I just shrunk it, and you can do whatever you want since it's a printable. So yeah, there I go.
Yeah, I have to say, no, I added the background, like the little diagonal stripes, partially to make the background a little bit more dynamic and kind of give you that 90s Saturday morning cartoon vibe, like Gem and the Holograms and stuff. But then also I figured it meant there were no big chunks. And when I was a kid, I kind of like doing the background stunk because it just took forever. And I was that weirdly meticulous little kid that had to get every little bit. So having the background broken up.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna be using alcohol markers. AnnaMaria, you're using color pencils, I see.
I am. I think maybe for the next time we stream, I'm gonna print it out on watercolor paper.
Oh, you and me, we think of the same thing. I was thinking of that too.
That's so
But
fun.
I just couldn't get it to do it right when I was printing
Yeah.
things out. So I'll have to. I think I'm gonna trace it onto watercolor paper. Is what I'm gonna do.
Ooh, I like that idea.
And then do some fun. I think I'm gonna make it into like a quarter sheet of a letter size, and then I will print that out so that then I have a little bit smaller as well. But yeah, I had some plans to underpaint in watercolor like a rainbow behind it and then color her in.
I like that so much.
I know I had grand
making mine
plans.
small enough to turn it into a postcard that I could then send to somebody afterwards. So
I was gonna make a greeting card, so I was gonna actually just color her and then cut it out and put it on a rainbow washi tape background.
That's really cute.
So that would be fun. But yeah, we're both creatives. We're both creative people, so
yeah, definitely crafty. Which sounds like we're planning like world dominations or something.
I mean, we should.
The other kind of crafty.
I feel like we could be the world. We could dominate the world.
I mean,
we might need to. It might be a thing.
Are we planning a takeover on YouTube Live? That feels
a little bit wrong. I mean,
it's
like,
fine.
It's fine. Totally fine. No one's gonna watch that. and okay, wait, what happened to my colors? There's something wrong with my colors. Okay, that's that. That is the wrong color. Where did I put that? Aha. This is nope. That was
right. But they do not come with like a sharpener that's quite the right size for them. So
oh yeah.
Sharpening them takes like 100 years.
I want that.
Yep.
The great thing about like alcohol markers is that they can layer. So.
Oh yeah, I love that. Well, Panda, what have you been up to in beautiful California?
I've been playing games in person. Surprise, surprise, everybody. Surprise to me too that I've been doing a lot of gaming in person.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
What have you played that you love?
What did we play? I really enjoy Push Push. It's a really interesting trick taker. But you need definitely more than you need at least a minimum of 4 players. Like a higher player count's better. I went to a ladies meetup. That's really nice. And because it's ladies I don't really know well, I brought a lot of I brought Codenames not Codenames, Blank Slate Challenge. I brought some of the ops, like Dada was a hit, Duck and Cover was a hit. So it was very fun to do, and because I did more party-ish games, and we had to split into 2 groups, so I did more party-ish games because we had 6 people. Yeah, 6 people. And they all enjoyed the weight of that, which I was like, okay, cool. That's awesome. To be a little bit lighter.
James wants to know if Push Push has been published yet.
I think you can buy it from the Hachette website. So, yes, I do.
I'm guessing that's yes.
Yes. They just had a sale, too. They just had a sale, James. That Push Push, I do believe, was part of.
Nice.
So yeah. I think it started in Taiwan because I think I have a Taiwan version. But I haven't opened the Taiwan version yet to see if it's the same game. So I'll have to do that soon.
I have to find out more. Someone was talking about a game called Harvest that they really liked, and I went and looked. And the cover was clearly an Asian publisher, but the Harvest that I've played, I don't know if it got localized here and they just changed the art, but I was kind of like a little pissed off about it because the one that they posted was so cute, and then the art for the one that I had an opportunity to play was just so boring.
Was it the same card game? It's a little tiny card game.
I think so.
And then you're just... Because I have the Asian version. Because I got it in Singapore, I do believe. But... So I'm not sure... Because there is a Harvest also that's a board game. That's not that.
Maybe that is what I'm thinking of. And no offense to whoever publishes Harvest, the board game, or the one that I played. The art was fine. I just really... The one I saw was just so stinking cute. So...
Yeah.
And we do love cute.
We do. I do not believe that it's the same. It's not the same game. The one, I think, did you see where Ray from the Raybird was going to Japan? And then I think Carl was like, oh, Harvest and Nana, or there's another game that he was suggesting.
Might have been. Is that a thread on Blue Sky?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, so that is the Asian Harvest. It's a small little card box game that's literally like this big, like literally like a tiny box game. But there's a Harvest from Keymaster that is a big box, like a regular, almost not Ticket to Ride.
Well, that definitely wasn't it because the one I played was not very large. So
Okay.
I think that's why I was confused. Who knows? Unfortunately, you know, there's no standardization or anything else in the industry about names. So unless it's, you know, you probably don't want to name something Wingspan right now. But at this point, people get locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or you have to change it the last second. I don't know if you know, but Stephanie Kwok's game, Ducks in Tow, was actually Ducks in a Row.
Oh.
And then they found out someone had already published a game that was named that, so they decided to rename there so there wouldn't be any confusion.
That's smart, though. That's smart.
Yeah, it's hard when you've locked in, I think, to something. And, you know, and Stephanie's brand is so hardcore ducks.
Yeah. It is so ducky, y'all. I mean, she loves all ducks. She loves the Disney ducks, the Donald ducks, all the ducks. She has duck shoes.
I almost screenshot an advertisement I got earlier today because it was from a travel agency advertising Disney vacations, but like in a very tongue-in-cheek. So they were like, you know, we're not ducking around.
Oh no!
And a bunch of pictures of Donald. So I was like, I think she would appreciate this.
It is interesting that Japan likes Donald better than the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know either.
I like Donald. I kind of have a Donald attitude about things and get I'm very, you know, I'm a little high strung, y'all. Surprise. So I get Donald on a lot of levels.
James, you're not.
I did not realize how much texture my desk had until I started coloring. This is just making the picture so interesting.
James, let me see if I can find a link for you real quick. I had just sent it to a friend. Where was it? It is where did I? It wasn't that much long ago.
I keep my Steam always running in the background because, you know, you never know when you're going to need an emergency game to get you through. And it's hilarious sometimes to watch what your friends are playing. I have someone who just started playing Counter-Strike 2. I was like, whoa, what decade is it?
Let me see. Let me see if I can find this for James because I know I saw it. Actually, you know. Now I'm on a thing, y'all. You know, ADHD and all that. And, you know, we gotta. I'm on the hunt. I smell blood in the water. Pretty sure. Yes.
I get it.
That one is that. They had a 50% off sale on select games. Oh, they took off all the games. Oh dear.
Oh.
Well, the sale's over, so that's probably why. Oh, it was in
Okay.
Push Push. It was Pass Pass. Sorry, I named it wrong. No wonder you couldn't
Sorry.
find anything.
Because no one would ever mess those up, right?
I know, right? Push Push versus Pass Pass. You know, same difference. But yeah, so Pass Pass. Here it is.
Have you played that?
That's the one I'm talking about, not Push Push, but Pass Pass is a trick taking game in which you want to be. It's weird. You do not have to follow a trick taking game where if you win, you get the highest number on the table. The second place get the 2 lowest cards. You're trying to get sets of 4 different colors, but the suit or color that is going to be scored for that trick is dependent on what other people play. So it's a game of alliances that change per hand or per trick. Every trick, it's not the leading suit that gets scored. It is the suit with the highest value. So if there's 2 cards that are played of blue that have a total value of the numbers equaling to, let's say, 8, but someone played a blue that's like a 12, the blue is the ones that's gonna get scored. The blue cards are going to get scored, and then whoever has the highest blue card will get the one highest card, and then whoever has the second highest blue card will get the 2 smallest cards in the trick. So like the leading, it's almost bad to be the leading player, and
Right.
you could.
It sounds like you don't have as much influence as a lead in a standard trick taker.
Yeah. But the leading player is actually the person that got the 2 cards because they now have 2 extra points, and so they get a little bit pushed back, right? Because they now have more points than other people. But yeah, it's a very interesting game because you can be like, okay, temporary alliance, let's all go for blues instead of, reds or whatever. And then you can see the colors of the cards that people have in their hand. You just cannot see the number of that card. Like, is that a 1 through 12, I do believe, which is also very interesting. Yeah, but yeah, it's a very fun game.
I love twists on trick takers.
Oh my gosh, yeah, trick takers are so. I think they're gonna have more of a resurgence, that and roll and writes, just because of what's happening right now. They're cheaper, easier to get manufactured, and then also I find that a lot of independent designers who that's their first game, they design a trick taking game.
I wonder how much of that is just like, socially, we played trick takers with our parents and grandparents, right?
Yeah.
So, look at things like spades and hearts, and was that just a choice, or was it kind of like embedded in our heads early on? So, but yeah, I'm happy about the number that are out there. Yeah. I don't know. Did you get to try Trickity while we were at TCTC?
No, unfortunately not. But I'm very excited about that one from Ashwin and his design
Rob
partner.
Newton?
Yeah, Rob Newton, yeah.
Yeah. Really great. If y'all haven't checked that out, it is also a trick taker. And the the super suit can change based on the number of cards that sort of four people play, even if the lead is like a blue, if two end up sloughing off yellow, now yellow is the hero suit. So, and I just think that's so wildly interesting to me that once again, you have this whole dynamic where in a trick taker, you almost want to be the person who's leading because you can control what's happening on the tabletop, but you absolutely cannot in something like that. So
Yeah, that does
a
sound
little more
really cool.
chance. It just makes things more accessible, right?
Yeah. Oh, I lost my
That's
colors.
one of the things I kind of like
There
about
it is.
some of the things that Estefania put into PopCats is each of these individual little cats has like their own perks and abilities. And so if you happen to be playing against somebody who's not super familiar with fighting games, you can pick one that has more complicated abilities and then give one that has the ability just to make it easier to play to someone who's new.
Yeah.
It's a neat touch, in particular, I think, for fighting games, which are notorious for if you don't know how to play it, it's probably not going to go super well for you. So
That's true. That's very true. James says, unlike Vivo, a must follow or must not. I like Vivo. Vivo, I don't know. I haven't played Vivo yet.
Yeah.
Is it a must follow or a not must follow? Yeah. I love how we're distracting him from work.
I love how this is our work.
I know. That's also really awesome. But yeah. I went to Dice Tower West and they had like a little indie market like they did at PAX Unplugged last year. Which was absolutely crazy, which I also found. I have a package that's coming to you soon, AnnaMaria. But
I'm waiting with bated breath for that to come because I have been talking to the designer of that a lot, so
yes.
Yeah.
But the indie games had mostly trick takers, which is interesting. That's why I was like, oh, it seems like they're mostly doing all trick takers. And there was a lot of women designers, which I was like, that's so cool.
I love that. I think, I mean, speculation's going to be rife on what's going on in the industry for the next few years, I'm sure. But I think P&P, I think card games, I think books as games are going to be something we see a lot more of, and certainly more and more indie games. Oh my god, Circus Corgis is so freaking good, James. Like, I love that game. I mean, I don't think Emily can do anything wrong, honestly. I love all her games, but Circus Corgis just cracks me up so much.
Yes. What is it? James says Vivo is both a must follow or must not follow depending on a card flip. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think I want her to have pink. Wait, no, that is... I'm trying to figure out what that is. I think that is part of her... That is her knee. Okay, so this is part of her skates. I have forgotten what roller skates look like.
They've changed so much.
Man.
It's funny, you don't think about, like, sport and sport things have been around for a while, right? But we get better and better equipment all the time. I played tennis pretty avidly in high school and college. And I was watching an older television show with my kids. And they were like, what's that? Because it was tennis scene, right? It was just one of the older school, like, long-handled, small-bodied wooden tennis rackets that people were still using in, like, the late 70s. So I was like, oh, those are the tennis rackets that, like, my coach started with, and then, and then they moved up to the bigger things that we use and the ones the kids are familiar with. But just the idea that, people have been playing tennis for, I don't know, maybe even hundreds of years, but what we use now to play tennis looks nothing like what they would have, so...
I know, isn't that funny? That's hilarious.
It's hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's just so funny what kids now are like, Oh, what is that? Or refinding things? Oh my gosh. Every time there's like a couple of like channels I follow that are like either elder millennials or like what's the one, anyways, Gen X. I don't know the generation names, the ones that are after the boomers.
That's the forgotten generation, my generation. We're called X. No
Okay,
one remembers
X.
us.
I don't know. I think I'm an elder millennial. But anyways, so
Yeah.
Gen X, like there's a couple they're talking about, you know, like these are like I think like teens to early 20-year-olds finding things that and then renaming them. For instance, skirts. They're like, guess what, everybody? This new invention of shorts built into your skirts. And I'm like, oh god.
Wow.
And then
So
they're just like, oh my god. Yeah. Or landlines. Like they're like, you could have a phone in your house that everyone uses, and you're like, you mean landlines that we went away from because we got cell phones?
I'll tell you though, I've been thinking recently about landlines and just how for things like how easy it used to be to James got an X, the lost generation.
Yeah.
Baby, we're still lost. It's fine. Don't come find us. We don't want to be found right now.
Yeah.
But like now you get spam calls. I don't know about you guys, but like I get 20 to 30 spam calls a day, right? So I don't even answer my phone.
No.
But if I had a landline still, right? I don't know. I could direct calls to that, or if I had to put something, you know, you have to fill out a form, you have to put in your phone number no matter what, and you're just like, you're gonna sell this to a bunch of people, and then I'm gonna be stuck like getting more spam calls. But I don't know if there's a good solution except for just don't answer your phone. But
that's what I do, is I just don't answer my phone, which I know is terrible, especially when you like, if you're trying to get a job, you need to answer every call because you don't know what they're calling from.
my partner's been looking and mercifully starts something next week, but that's been kind of the big bone of contention. And we know from previous experience, so we met and we were living in Montgomery, Alabama, and he had been looking for jobs other places, but not like, you know, super serious, always looking for a job sort of thing. Anyway, long story short, he just randomly out of the blue picked up a phone call, which he never ever did, and there's a recruiter, and that's how we ended up moving to St. Louis, was from the recruitment call. And so if he hadn't answered his phone, he would have entirely missed it. So, and that's happened a couple of times. So I think it's just right now, he ended up shooting, I think, 178 applications out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. So it's tough because on the one hand, no, you don't want to answer every phone call, but it may be opportunity calling. So
Yeah.
what do you do?
Well, you painted her nose black. I'm like, do I paint her nose black or pink?
I did black. But I've had mostly black cats when I've had cats. So
yeah, what color cat? My goodness, I don't know. Is she wearing shorts? I think she's wearing shorts, right?
Yes. I mean, I've got her in shorts. Now I need to go back and look at the art.
I think she is wearing shorts. She's got pants on.
She's got pants on, or a leotard or something. So yeah.
That's so funny.
Totally pants.
Totally pants.
I say as I sit here in some old sweatpants because camera's not down there, so haha.
Yep. I'm in was it leggings because it's still kind of cold, so I can still wear them. Man.
I had to wear pants all morning to go out and run errands, so
the
rest of the day's pantsless.
Yes.
The girls have been ill, unfortunately.
Your puppers?
So, yeah.
Oh no.
a lot of stomach upset. And I don't know if they're having allergy issues. So they say when you move to a new place, it takes you a year to develop allergies, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like to whatever the pollen is or whatever. And we're at just a year now, and I've been certainly struggling with it. And I think the girls are too. So it's been causing some gastrointestinal upset. So we went and got like nice food and bland food, and we baby them. I know. They're just babies.
Yeah, babas.
A second round of babies. Now the other babies are quite large, so babies part 2.
Babies part 2. I want that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Although not the kind of babies you can eventually coerce into doing the dishes for you, which kind of stinks. So, but also they don't ask to borrow my car, so I guess it's tit for tat.
That's funny. Yeah, it's, I don't know, something's happening. Right now, I think Paula is actually in the vet because her kitty, it had some swelling on his face.
Oh,
So I was like,
no.
yeah, that's scary too.
Yeah, that's a tough one. With cats, sometimes it's hard to pinpoint things.
Yeah, because
they're
to
little
show
treats.
weakness is weak. You get eaten.
Yeah, so hopefully the girls are going to have a couple of days of just chicken and rice, which they'll probably love.
Human food, come on.
Yeah, although we get, there's a local, like, pet store chain called Med Bay, and they have, like, really anything for almost any pet. And they have, like, dog and vet approved, chicken and rice packets already, so they just make sure there's not too much, because dogs really shouldn't eat a ton of grain and stuff.
Yeah.
So even when you're doing bland, you need to balance it. But gosh knows we certainly have enough rice around the house, so if we have to. I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest inventions of the last century was like the individual rice bowls that you can just throw in the microwave.
Yeah.
And they're done in like 60 seconds. So, I mean, yes. is the best thing for, if you just need a quick comfort meal, if you've got something that turned out real saucy, like I cannot rave more about microwave rice bowls.
I do something similar. I just cook extra rice and then portion them out and freeze them in little blocks. And then when I need it, it's the same thing. I
freeze mine, but then I use it for either fried rice and arancini. I never think about just to re-warm it. I guess I should do that. But then all my fried rice would get eaten. So
James says, so Juniper doesn't pick plates clean. Juniper's not the eater, right?
Yeah. No, Amanda knows. Prim will be under your feet all day for food, but Juniper, she don't care.
I got to know both Primrose and Juniper very well a couple weeks ago.
So did the girls. If you missed it, I did post a picture of Auntie Amanda feeding them a lot of snacks.
A lot of stuff. Just to get them to stop barking at me. My goodness. Then they realized that if they barked at me, they get a treat. And I had to break that. I was like, no.
James doesn't own or use a microwave.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. It's funny because obviously I'm old enough to have grown up without a microwave. And then my grandmother, bless her heart, was of the generation that if you have an appliance, you have to use it for everything. So that woman, God bless her soul, could bake you a fucking birthday cake in a microwave, like with tears and stuff. Like she learned how to use, because she didn't want it sitting there, and they were expensive back in the day. So my grandfather bought her one, and it was like $500 in 1980s money.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was just, so she was like, I'm going to use this like I'll use an oven. But Ben, my partner, and the kids kind of don't remember a time before that. So the microwave, we've got one that's over the stove that broke. I was waiting for another one to arrive. And And they were all like, how are we going to warm up our food now? It's like, okay, there's an oven and a stovetop.
Yeah,
We can
but it
figure this
takes
out,
so
y'all.
much longer.
Yeah, it really does. The convenience, I think, is just so amazing.
Yeah.
Although I'm just as bad about, I leave coffee cups around. And sometimes I'll find one and I'll be like, oh, it hasn't been that long, so I'll just pop it in the microwave. And then I'll come back to the microwave 2 or 3 hours later and there'll still be a cup of coffee.
In the middle of it.
I just left, so
It's so funny.
I don't know how well the microwave situation's working out for me, but
I wonder if, like, there's some people that don't use microwaves because they don't have any leftovers, and I'm always eating leftovers, and I always have a lot of leftovers, so I wonder if it's also that thing, you know? It's like some people just, especially I think people from Taiwan don't do a lot of leftovers because in Taiwan, you can get a lot of fresh fruit, fresh made food, but they're portions so that you just eat it all. You know what I mean? There's not extra portion of it. So like my cousin does not eat.
You know, there's 5 adults in the house.
Yeah.
And some days, like, you know, Ben makes pasta and the pasta's gone, right? Like, you didn't even have a chance to get a second helping. And then some days, same thing, same amount, whatever, and then only half the household ends up eating. So then you've got, like, pasta for days. So...
Interesting.
Yeah.
James,
you've got a point. I do think, like, warming it up properly on the stove, especially if you're doing, like, you know, rewarming meat or something, you know, you can take a little bit more care and rehydrate it. But,
yeah, and it tastes better.
Yeah. But I have ADHD, and sometimes it's just like, oh, I forgot to eat all day. I need to put food in my mouth now, or I'm gonna be really angry at everyone.
Yes. It's shorts. Okay, it's shorts. Got it. Like,
yeah, she's coming along. Gosh, I'm kind of surprised. I thought, oh, we'll get towards the end of the stream, and I won't be done, even like half done. And I'm like, oh, I've actually gotten almost all of her done.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Look at you being cool.
Doing the thing.
Doing the thing, being productive.
As productive as coloring can be. You know what? It's good for my mental health, so...
It's productive.
We are getting rid of that type of thinking, and we're thinking about sometimes we just need a mental health day, so...
Yeah.
And we could certainly use one after yesterday. So.
Yeah.
Although, excitingly, y'all, I will be, as soon as I leave the stream, I will go be pressing the button to order prototypes to send out to the media.
Nice. Very excited.
I'm excited. The process took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so I'm just like, okay, I'm pressing the button.
Let's just do it. I think I
that. I will, though, for folks who want to, you know, little inside peep at the way the industry works. Prototypes, I usually try and get printed here because you don't want to pay the existing shipping, and a lot of the places won't do, you know, 1-offs or 2-offs. A lot of places order anywhere from 15 to 30 prototypes to send out to media. And so those have to be ordered from like places like the Game Crafter or Print and Play. And I know some have said, oh, but there's places to manufacture board games here. But I mean, yeah, they can make them, but each of these prototypes will cost me almost $100. So we can make them here. But I'm sure nobody wants to pay $300 for a board game.
No.
So
that's surprising because I thought they were like, I mean, sometimes they're prototypes, sometimes they're pre-production copies, and then pre-production copies would be like the manufacturer that's gonna make all of, you know, the games will make a small batch so you can double check and make sure everything's okay, right? And then those totally get sent out.
But the shipping on those is exorbitant. And that's usually when you're getting them from them, it's usually because you're checking the final files.
Yeah.
But I don't go to Kickstarter with the final files. I go to Kickstarter with with almost the final files, but then we have to change the rule book because we're adding all the people into it, or we got to change some of the art because we're adding a PopCat into it that somebody created for us, or so you rarely have the actual files over at the manufacturer.
Right.
And I can tell you, the manufacturer that we would probably go with for PopCats, for me to get a 1 or 2 off, is almost $200 once I add the shipping in.
Oh dang, that's terrible.
It's pricey. Yeah, it'd be nice though if you could just send in the files real quick and then be like, look, just do me some and I'll check for quality and I'll also use those for media. But there's still so much that has to be done on the back end.
Yeah.
From a Kickstarter campaign.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm using a different prototype manufacturer than I did with Epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes.
Want stripes on their paints.
It'll be exciting to get them out to people.
Yes.
Other people to play. I love the blue. That looks so good.
Stripy pants. I can't decide what color I want my kitty cat to be.
So the character herself in the game has impetigo, which is where you have the different types of melanin and pigmentation in your skin. I can't remember what it's called, but it was one of the things that really drew me to the game in the first place. Was it such a inclusive choice by Arnell to kind of think about? There's all sorts of different ways that even a cat can look. So.
Yeah. All these. I don't have a lot of gray. Maybe I'll do a gray cat.
Ooh. I love a good gray cat.
Gray cat with black. Let's just do the arms. Do a warm gray.
What should the rest of your week schedule look like, Amanda?
So tomorrow's Friday. So I will be I'm actually co-streaming with M Peebles an hour early.
Okay.
So we're gonna be playing games with chat on BGA, which will be fun. And then on Saturday I'll be on Tantaralis' stream because he's doing a charity stream for a charity in the EU, I do believe.
Okay.
Like kind of I don't think it's for hospitals, but you know how like Astrolife is based mainly in America, so some of my European friends have found other charities that they could benefit and also help out in the EU that we could also help out with them. And then and then on Sunday I will be doing a from start to finish where I unbox, learn, play solo, and rebox. It's going to be Super Boss Monster from Brotherwise.
It's gonna be what?
Super Boss Monster from Brotherwise Games.
Okay,
yeah. That'll be fun.
Brotherwise is such a great company. Like, they seem to do their people real good. Like, they produce good games. I love them.
Yeah. And then yeah, they have some really good games out right now. Adulthood. They have Myth. Oh, I'm gonna totally say this wrong. Is it Mythwin? No. It's a John D. Clare game. I streamed it. It is a deck building game. It's quite fun. But it's a Brandon Sanderson book. I forgot what the name of it was.
Oh, Mistborn.
Mistborn, thank you. Because there is Mistwind, there's Mythwind, there's Mistwind, Mythwind, Mistborn. It's just so many of them that I get it all mixed up, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have a friend who's really obsessed with those books, so that's the only reason I remember it.
Yeah, it's
I like
interesting.
Sanderson's world building. I think you can tell that he really likes to make up magic systems and worlds. So yeah, so I definitely like that.
This her lips.
I think I'm done.
Oh wow, okay. You did it in time. Is that her lips?
I'll spot it, y'all. I just
No,
probably held her up backwards for you. But...
That's her. I think that's her lower lip. I'm still gonna. Ooh, that is her lower lip. I don't. We're just gonna color it in. Okay. And then I'll add details to it. Oh wow! An hour flew by, AnnaMaria.
Right? Yeah, I was just thinking. I managed to time it like kind of perfectly. That's the only thing that. Yeah. Go me!
Go you! I know, I'm behind. I think I'm gonna color her hair black. And then
do we want to take pictures later when we're done and post them online for everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you want, please follow the Violet Daisy Games social medias. I'll put it in the description after we end the stream so that you can follow us and be notified when we do anything like this or interviews or Kickstarters and stuff when our games come out. Right now, I do believe the very first one that you did, the coloring book, is that available on Amazon right now?
It is not currently.
Okay.
So I have to check with my publishing partner on that. And we've got probably some decisions to make about distribution with Amazon. It's another one of those things that really, in the industry, it's hard to say no because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
So, it's just, I don't know. We'll get it figured out. But currently, no.
Okay.
It is not. Epilogue. As soon as we are waiting for the last person who got a custom ghostie to send in their description. And then I can send that over and they can start manufacturing. Tavern is currently, we're getting everyone's shipping information. There may be a small delay though while tariffy things get sorted. So we'll see how that goes. I'm committed though to not have to try very hard not to pass those on. We'll see how that goes. Obviously going forward, something we'll have to consider, but I don't think anybody expected 54% between the time the epilogue ended and now.
Yeah.
Or certainly Tavern. So, but that should be shipping in the next 2 months. I'm glad to see that get out. And then if we can get epilogue sent over to the manufacturer in the next month, then we should be looking at, end of summer for sending that out too. So
that'd be exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some big changes and things aren't great right now, but for me, making stuff and getting to see people enjoy it is still something that makes me very, very happy. So we'll focus on that part.
Absolutely. Do you want to go back to the face and we will end the stream?
Sure. Let me see if I can.
There you go.
Tell me what my face is here.
I have now you upside down. Let me fix that.
That's so funny. Y'all, I'm upside down.
Woo!
Okay. Is that better?
There we go.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I was upside down. That's great.
But yeah, so coming up next from Violet Daisy Games, of course, is PopCats Fighter. So please go and follow that. Yes, that Kickstarter. Anything else coming from you, AnnaMaria?
Not really. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll now find that then Instagram there's a Violet Daisy Plays Instagram. That is my personal one. I've gone back to starting posting games that I play because I really enjoy sharing those things. And I was just using my Instagram to post pictures of the dogs anyway. So I was like, I can do dogs and games. People like dogs. So if you want to follow me over at Violet Daisy Plays, that'd be super cool. Besides that, there's just going to be a lot of PopCats. We're going to be as many places as we can. I know this month we'll be at SquatchCon and SakuraCon. Next month we'll be at Gateway to the West, and y'all heard it secretly here first. We will be at Oahu Tabletop at the end of next month.
Yay!
So, yeah, they were very sweet. Sent me a note, told me how much they liked the coloring pages, and I was like, I need a vacation. That sounds like a good place to go.
Too bad Legends isn't here. He could totally take you around. Yeah.
I did secret Legends is the only person that knows, because I did drop a note and just say, look, I don't know anybody else, so like, can we grab a meal or something? So I like traveling alone, but it is nice to have one or two people to be able to, I mean, first off, if there's an emergency, but second off, just, just to be able to plan like a dinner or something. So, and it'll be fun to meet Legends, and we haven't ever met in person. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So
That's
hashtag
awesome.
Legends. Team Legends.
Team Legends.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
So yeah. I'll put all the links into the description below. If you ever see us at any cons, we'll have these coloring pages. We'll have some stickers that you can get as well. And hopefully with the Kickstarter, you might see some extra goodies. We'll see. But remember, if you go follow us, we will post about, Estefania's account. We'll post our Nell's account. You can go and find these shirts as well on his T Public. I'll post the link into the description. Yeah. I'll post the link. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you James for the chat. Thank you AnnaMaria for all that. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I want to do more of these. These are very, like, I appreciate. They're just really chill. It's a nice break in the middle of the day. So
absolutely. So stick around. You might see more of that. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to our YouTube. It is free. And hit the notification bell to get notified when we're on next. So have a great week, everybody. We'll see you around. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I just ended this stream.